Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hammy Show presented by Bulldog Illustrated. We got a very special guest, a current student athlete here at the University of Georgia, George Langham on the Georgia golf team. George, how you been?
I've been good, Hammy. Been traveling a lot, but good to be on the show.
Yeah,
I've been keeping up with the Hammy Show, so it's an honor to be on this one.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's always fun, especially to get on current student athletes, some of the guys and girls that are in the game right now. But you know, y'all just got back from San Francisco. How's the season been so far?
Season's been good. We got off to a good start this spring, so we go to Puerto Rico. That's our first start, so that's always kind of like a little bit of a vacation. Yeah. You know, good weather. We're right to stay down by the beach, so it's always a fun one to go to. We picked up our first win the week before San Francisco at the Linger Longer. That's kind of like our home tournament at Lake Oconee. So that was a good win. We needed it kind of this postseason's about to come up here soon, so that was a nice win to get. But we've been traveling a lot. So after Puerto Rico, we go to Las Vegas. Yeah. So we go out west. That's a tough tournament, tough course, but it's a good field. It was a good test. And then come back, have our home tournament, and then we just were out in San Francisco all of last week. So a little jet lag a little bit, but we're back. We're back in Georgia, so that's good. We have a tournament not this weekend, but next down at the Ford Plantation, which is a good course. Heard good things about it. So that'll be good to kind of stay in the state of Georgia.
There you go.
To kind of go if we can get another win.
Yeah, so you came from coastal Georgia.
I did, yeah.
So going back to Savannah is a little bit of the stomping grounds.
A little bit, yeah. So coastal Georgia's down in St. Simons.
Yep.
So it's about 50 minutes away.
Yep.
So yeah, it is a little bit of the stomping grounds. So kind of coastal Georgia.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun to get back there. I played the Ford before.
Yeah.
I actually played a state open there.
Okay.
So it's a nice course. I'm excited to get back there, so I know it. I think the team's gonna do all right there.
Yeah, I hear you. So I want to talk about coastal Georgia and then your decision to come here. Why'd you choose Georgia after college
Yeah.
there?
So I mean, obviously, my dad went here. My mom went here. One of my older brothers and now my younger brother goes here currently as well. So obviously, grew up in Georgia. Been a lifelong Georgia fan my whole life.
Yep.
Obviously, loved Georgia football my whole life. So it was always a goal of mine to just be at the school, whether it was with golf or not. But obviously, and then my dad did play golf here, so that was obviously a plus. And, you know, it's kind of cool. Like, I always wanted to live in his footsteps, but, you know, my dad was somebody, he never pushed me to play golf.
Right.
But that's why I'm very grateful for him, because he obviously helped me, because I did find a liking to golf. But obviously, I was a late bloomer in high school, I would say. Like, my first competitive golf tournament was in the 9th grade.
Really?
It's because I played lacrosse, basketball, played other sports.
Right.
I mean, so I was a little bit of a late bloomer, but I would say probably my junior year in high school, I was like, okay, golf's like, I'm pretty good. And I was like, this is a fun sport.
Right.
And, you know, obviously in basketball, you kind of get there. Once you get the JV varsity level, I'm like, I can't really dunk. Like, I don't know if this sport's for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, my build, I'm a skinny guy, so never played football or anything like that.
Right.
So I was like, I guess golf's all I got, really. So I went into golf. Then, so obviously, there's a golfer played at Georgia about 2 years ago, graduated, Eli Scott.
Yeah.
He played down at Coastal Georgia as well, and then played good there and transferred in. So obviously, I knew Hacker. He helped me with this decision. He helped me with some other smaller schools like Coastal Georgia. And Mike Cook's the cook down there. He is the coach down there.
Yeah.
He played at Georgia as well.
Okay.
So there's a Georgia connection there.
Right.
And then obviously there's a lot of former Georgia players that are now on the tour that live down at St. Simons.
Yeah.
So that was really kind of the big moment and point that I was like, okay, this could be a good place for me to go.
Yep.
If I get better, there's an opportunity for me to transfer to Georgia. If not, it's a cool area to be.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I knew some of the Georgia guys down there, so I got to play with some cool players.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so I was like, all right, so it seemed right. So I went there. And then my freshman year, I was an All-American, so I was like, okay, I'm improving. And then obviously the year before I came here, I was winning a lot, finishing in the top 5 like almost every time. So I was like, okay, my game's definitely kind of taking the jump. And so then that's when kind of the possibility of me transferring to Georgia happened, and then here I am.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that
it's a cool story. Yeah.
So I want to rewind it even a little further back.
Okay.
Back to high school. You said you didn't really start playing competitively until high school, but then you got to high school and you're a 2-time state champ.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty freaking badass.
Yeah. So like one of my best friends, Luke Phillips, he was like the #1 player in the class. He had a lot of like offers and stuff, but like me, I mean, I was a pretty good player. Like we had a good team. So my freshman year, we had a couple seniors, me and Luke and stuff. So it just kind of worked out well.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Those are some of the best memories, like high school golf. Like those were like my first ever like pressure tournaments. Like kind of like, oh, this putt means something,
right.
which I found a liking to. I was like, oh, it's fun to win like championships and stuff. So I guess that was kind of part of the reason why I was like, okay, golf's fun. Like when I was like, I'm gonna stop playing basketball and stuff. But yeah, that was cool. And then my senior year, kind of COVID kind of ruined a little bit of that. And then my freshman year of college, so that was kind of a little bit of a mess. But it was a blast playing at Stars Mill. That's kind of when I was like, wait, golf's kind of fun to win and like play good and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So obviously, you get to Georgia, so much success. Coach Haack, Coach Douglas, now Mookie coming on staff. How did they kind of approach you? I know you had that relationship through your dad, through your coach at Coastal Georgia, but like you had success in high school, you got to Coastal, you had success there, and then this uber successful program like Georgia comes to you. So what was like that initial kind of meeting between y'all?
Yeah, I mean, they've always kind of kept an eye on me, obviously like watching me progress and stuff, and then like it really kind of happened my spring in my last year at Coastal. I mean, I won a couple times and was like in the top 5 every time. I finished second at the conference championship and finished 4th in the NIA national championship. So that was kind of like, wow, that was kind of big. And then some amateur stuff I was playing pretty well in.
Right.
So it kind of all just happened naturally, really. And then obviously with Georgia, some transfer stuff happened. They had some guys moving out, like Maxwell Ford went to North Carolina. It kind of just worked kind of well.
Right.
And then obviously I redshirted last year, which kind of was part of the plan of me transferring in, because the team last year we had 4 seniors.
Yeah. With
like Connor Creasy, Caleb Manuel, these guys, like Ben Van Wyck. And so I kind of knew it would be tough for me to be in the lineup last year.
Right.
So it kind of worked well. Like Hackers, like a redshirt would be well, because then now this year, you know, you're playing in the lineup and will help the team more than probably what I did last year, which it all worked out. It's a good plan,
No, totally.
Yeah.
So obviously you get here, redshirt last year, but you're still, practicing with those guys. Seeing a guy like Creasy now getting his tour card, like so cool. But one of the coolest parts about Georgia golf is the history of it and what Hackers produced and all of that stuff. But his dynamic with Coach Douglas and now Mookie, what is like working with them 3? I mean, Mookie obviously brings the young aspect, and then Douglas and Hacker are like the legends. So what's that like, kind of being surrounded by them week in and week out?
No, it's awesome. It's a great environment for sure, because like Doug, we call him Fresh sometimes, but he's kind of like the comedic relief sometimes. Whenever you kind of just need a little bit of a break. I mean, they all bring it. I mean, they all are funny guys, great guys, but Doug's kind of like your little comedic relief from golf, which is good sometimes in the golf, so you're not so just wound up with everything.
Right.
And then Mookie really has been a great addition, because he's obviously younger, and so he kind of brings a little more younger mentality. He's out there chipping, practicing with us, and Mookie's really still good friends with some of the younger tour guys like Keith Mitchell. Like we were just out yesterday, played with Sepp Straka at Athens Country Club. So like, that's cool. So it was me, Mookie, and Buck, and I was like, this is cool. This guy's playing the Masters next week. But yeah, Sepp's the man, so wish him luck next week. He's hitting it good, so that'll be cool. But it's just stuff like that. Like Mookie kind of connects with us better. Like we had workouts this morning, and he's there working out with us. So it's good for him to be there. He's he's caddied for tour guys on the PGA Tour, so he knows the golf swing. He knows kind of practice stuff we need to do, because Doug and Hacker are a little more, they're great with like connections and networking. But Mookie's a lot like really good with like our practice and like helping us get better at some like certain stuff.
Right.
But yeah, Doug and Hacker, they take good care of us on the road, and it's always a good time traveling with those 2 guys, because they know everybody. I mean, they're legends. They've been doing it for forever, so yeah.
Yeah, that is so awesome. I've interviewed a few of the guys on tour, Harmon, Harris, Kiz, and then I talked to Sepp briefly, but they always have a Hacker story or a Dougie story, something that's like, that sticks out to them on the road. I remember one of them was like Hacker, whenever he's superstitious and all that stuff, and he always has a Snickers with him or something like that. Do you have a story that sticks out that is camera appropriate, of course?
Yeah, there's a lot that's not camera appropriate, but they are very superstitious about stuff. Like sometimes I've heard a story about Grayson Sig. There was a bird up in Tennessee, and they had to keep it hanging from this door. And Doug's like, this is a good mojo or whatever. And Grayson, one round, or it was like the final round or something, he moved the bird. And Doug freaked out about it and was like, "Oh my God, like, it messed everything up." There's funny stories about that, but I mean, so we have this thing that goes around on the golf cart. It's called like the satchel. It has just like everything you need: extra golf gloves, just Advil, just everything, just stuff you need to have. And I mean, Doug will put anything in there. Like, I mean, sometimes there'll be a rock, and he's like, "That's a great rock," and he'll put the rock in there and just like keep it and just drive around and be like, "This will bring good metal or whatever for the week." So there's no telling. It's hilarious with those guys, but it's everywhere you go in the airport, something. You're always got to stay on your toes with those two for sure.
That is too funny. Yeah. So going into the specifics of this season, Linger Longer, y'all get the win there. Mm-hmm. What kind of was that momentum-wise? Obviously, you tied for 6th in that. And then who came in second? Tied for second?
Grayson Wood.
Grayson was second. Okay. So y'all had a great showing. 2 top 10 guys obviously get the win. What does that mean moving into the rest of the season?
I mean, it's, golf's, it's the minor detail. Like, it's just minor stuff. And, like, I think it's just kind of the confidence it gives the team. Because we beat, like, Alabama, USF, like some top 30 ranked teams in the country. So it kind of gives you like we can do this. Yeah. Like, and obviously we all played good, and like it was just nice for us to see like we can do it together, because that was our first win of the season. Yeah. So that was kind of one of those things where it's like, wait, like we can do this if we all kind of play it right and the team plays good. So it kind of gives you like us a little bit of confidence going into postseason about to happen here into April, of like, we can beat these teams, you know? So I think that's a big moment for us.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
So, we talked about the dynamic of those coaches and the funny stories and all that stuff. But going back to it, they've put some guys on tour. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy the numbers that Hacker's done in his time here at Georgia. What is it like for you personally, and maybe for your teammates too, seeing the success post Georgia? Like, do you like sit there and you're like, okay, that dude made it, I can do it? Is it kind of that mentality, or is it just, man, those guys are just so good at golf? And like,
I mean, those guys are really good at golf, but I think they're, I was kind of thinking about like kind of what does Hacker do differently, and I think he talks about it a lot. Is like, we always qualify, no matter kind of who you are or whatever. Because I mean, you think about it on the professional level. I mean, you're always in Q school. You're always trying to make the top 100 on the FedEx Cup. You're always and you're always qualifying. You always got to put pressure in the game. And so unless you have a top 10, that's the only way you can be exempt, is like you're qualifying for every tournament. Yeah. I mean, you could have a top 5 player in the world, but if he doesn't make the starting 5 that week, he's not going. So I think it always kind of keeps you competitive and keeps your game sharp. So I think that's a big thing. Because I know some schools do like coaches picks and stuff like that, where they kind of like, no, like, he's my senior, he's going and stuff. Yeah. But Hacker's just, his rules kind of like, whoever's playing the best is going to go. Right. So I think that always keeps you sharp, your game pretty sharp. But yeah, I mean, I also think like a little bit, like Mookie's brought some structure to our practice, but it's really about like finding your own practice, what's important to you. I mean, Buck's a great driver of the ball, hits it 330 yards, right? But he might be over there chipping a little more, and then some people like us might be going to hit more balls and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of things like that. So I think, I mean, it's us, because, I mean, when you turn professional, you're kind of out there alone a little bit. You got to figure it out by yourself. So I think kind of in college, you get a little bit of that, like finding a practice schedule that fits you and your game.
Totally. Yeah. So I remember when I interviewed Harmon, he was talking about how you qualify every tournament. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter, like you said, freshman, senior, whatever. He noted that Kisner never missed a qualify. Like he was always playing, because he was always playing good at Georgia. Is there a guy on this year's team that's kind of like that? Are you that guy? Are you?
I've had some close calls. I mean, I've had some where I'm like, well, that was kind of close. Like, I've played as the 5 guy before. Yeah. But I mean, I would say, actually, Doug was talking about this. Buck is actually probably one of him, Davis Thompson, and I think Trent. Doug was like, kind of the recent years, those are the best 3 qualifiers. Yeah. Because just Buck's a bomber of the ball. So, like, out at UGA, I mean, he can just nuke it down there, and then he obviously plays ACC really well, right? Because it's a shorter course. So yeah, I would say Buck's kind of like the guy who's always usually leading qualifying and winning qualifiers. But Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
I hear you. So, going to those guys on tour, we got to talk a little Masters because it's next week.
Let's do it.
Have you played Augusta before?
We have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
So, obviously, one of the hardest courses in the world, and that's why we love it. That's why it's the greatest tournament, and it's right here in the state of Georgia. But who on tour, of the Dogs on tour, has the game to do something at Augusta? You know, maybe a top 10, maybe even run away with the green jacket.
Yeah.
But, like, who's your guy on tour right now?
I mean, right now, I think the way Russell Henley's playing, he's a great putter of the ball, and like you gotta putt it out there to win. But really, it's about hitting it in the right spots.
Yeah.
When I've been out there, you know, there's a big difference being below the hole and above the hole at Augusta National because there's undulations and it can get sideways quick. It can get sideways quick out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously we played with Sepp yesterday. I mean, he's hitting it so straight right now. So I mean, I would say those two are the favorite.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the game, like their form of their game right now. But I mean, it definitely helps to be a bomber out there, especially. I mean, when we play, it's in February, so it's a little kind of colder and damp, so the ball's not going as far. But yeah, I mean, my pick would obviously, I'm gonna give it to him because I played with him yesterday. I'll say Sepp Straka, just because the way he's hitting it right now. Great guy, I love Sepp, so I hope he wins. That'll be my pick, my Georgia dog. But I wouldn't be surprised if Henley or somebody like that is playing great as well.
Yeah, so I was looking at the odds, I think, yesterday or the day before, and I think Sepp was plus 8,000 to win it, and Russell was plus 5,000. And I mean, Sepp's number 2 in the FedEx Cup, and Russell's number 3. So they're playing exceptional golf this year. But they're definitely the two favorites from Georgia. And then I think the next one was like Davis Thompson at plus 12,000.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, are there any sneaky dogs that could make a little run? Maybe not win it, but like a top
I mean,
10.
Definitely Davis. I mean, he's got a rocket launcher. I mean, the guy hits it high and straight. Like, that's what you need out there for sure. You need a high bomb, and he can do that. That's what I was going to say. Like, somebody a little more, I wouldn't even call it, he's top 50 in the world, not even an underdog. But, yeah, like somebody like him for sure. But I think it's his first Masters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, a
little scary.
A little bit of nerves there. Who knows? But obviously, DT is a great player. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing good, too. I mean, Keith, we were down at St. Simon's with Keith, and he's a great driver of the golf ball. So, who knows with him, too.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, obviously,
So
got a lot of dogs in there, so you can't really.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so fun every single week because, like, you know, I run the Instagram account for us, and, you know, I always love focusing on the golf because it is, you know, it's so popular among our viewers and all that stuff. And I'm always putting the graphics together. I'm like, God, there's like 9 of them playing this week. There's 10 of them playing this week. It's insane. And, you know, now Creasy just went to the PGA Tour Americas. Will Chandler got his tour card this year with my buddy Will Kaustorff on the bag for him. I love those guys. So it is so cool to see, you know, week in and week out dogs on the leaderboard. But I want to go back to Augusta real quick. So you played it. Is that the nicest, like, coolest setting you've ever played golf?
I mean, yeah, it's got to be. Especially being from the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I mean, around the world, it's one of the nicest courses or, like, the coolest course in the world. But especially being from Georgia, like, I played it last year for the first time, and I was like, wow. Like, I remember, like, I don't get nervous much.
Yeah.
I mean, I get nervous, like, in tournaments, but, like, we were just playing around for fun.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember on the first tee, like, I took it back, and I just didn't feel the club. At the top, I was like, oh, boy. And I just came down and hit it, and I was like, oh, wow. So that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't imagine if there's just fans, patrons all down the side. I'd be like, this is...
It's insane.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah, that's interesting. But gotta be for sure. I mean, we played some cool courses. This course, actually, I got the Yeti right here, but it's called San Francisco Golf Club.
Yeah.
That was one. It's kind of like a hidden gem. Like, you're in San Francisco, and then you kind of pull into the gate, and you're like, holy cow, this place is unbelievable. That was a super cool course. But, yeah, Augusta's number 1 for me.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've obviously checked that off your bucket list. What's a course that you haven't played that is, like, dream?
I would say probably, like, Pebble Beach or Cypress Point. I've never played those two.
Yeah.
I've heard, I mean, obviously see pictures of places like that. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a cool spot to play. Actually, I've never played a course in South Georgia, Ohoopee. I've never played there before. I've heard great things about that.
Yep.
So, yeah, I would say kind of any of those 3
Yeah.
I would love to play.
Yeah. So, moving like okay. Dream foursome, so like 3 other dudes that you play with. It doesn't have to be golfers. It can be any like historical figures. They can be dead or alive.
Okay.
Who are those 3 people that you would play 18 holes with? Like kill to play 18 holes with.
Okay. I think obviously like I would put Tiger in there.
Yeah.
Just because like if you get the choice to play Tiger, I'll play Tiger just to see.
Yeah.
Obviously that's cool to say. I play Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Gotta put a Georgia player. I'll probably put either Keith or Kiz. I'll go with Kisner, and then the last I'll probably do like. I don't know. That's tough. I'll do Buck, my roommate.
Yeah.
And that would be fun. I mean, when I don't know. I don't want to play with some randoms. I feel like when you're playing a cool stuff like that, like.
You got to have one dude that's like your wingman.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You don't embarrass yourself.
Exactly. And then me and Buck can play money game against Tiger and Kids and take their money. But yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So one of the crazy, I mean, golf is such a crazy sport now with LIV, PGA, now the TGL. I got like into the TGL. Did you watch any of it?
I watched some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Atlanta team won it all.
Yeah, I know. So it was super fun. But like the whole dynamic of professional golf, what's kind of your take on it being on the outside looking in, a potential future in it? Like, what does that seem like? What are the question marks? Anything that like just it scares you or makes you excited? What's the deal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
I think there's some pros and cons to this LIV golf stuff, but I think it also creates more opportunities, more money for somebody coming in because that's always a little bit. I mean, it's tough. Like the money's tight when you're trying to make it out there. Obviously, when you're top 50 in the world, then all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, the money's good, but it's tough to get out there. That's the hardest part is to get out there. So I think there is some pros to like other tours, kind of the PGA Tour making the Corn Ferry and these PGA Tour America is kind of bigger, like more purses.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot of pros. But yeah, I mean, I think the TGL is a cool experience. I think they got some. A couple things got to improve on, but I think it's a cool way of on a Monday or Tuesday night to. Yeah. Because I mean, a lot like simulator golf is kind of blowing up a little bit. Like insane. I know my brother, it's like they have like this little in-town simulator golf league they go to and stuff, and it's like a fun way to just have some beers and wings and play Pebble Beach courses you think you would never play, but yeah. It's kind of a fun way to play golf. So.
No, it is. It is. It's so cool, like how the game of golf has advanced, and like you said, having the casual Monday, Tuesday night, and getting to watch those professionals get out there and play on the simulator.
And a little bit of banter and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's it's a little more lax than being on tour or whatever, but it is so fun to watch, and it's cool to see how the game of golf has grown. So, like, going back to when you were a kid, can you, like, pick out a time, like, a tournament you were watching, a player you were watching, like Tiger at the Masters in whatever year or something like that sticks out to you as, like, damn, I could play golf. Like, that would be kind of cool. I know you said you didn't realize it until high school.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I definitely always, my dad played, our family has always been a golf family, I would say. But I mean, definitely, I've been to some Masters before as a kid and stuff, and just being there, being like, this is cool. Like this is a really cool spot. I mean, I remember I went out as a kid. It was actually at the Tour Championship. I followed Tiger for like 9 holes, and I was like, that was cool. Yeah. That was kind of like a cool moment. But, I mean, anytime you're at Augusta, it's kind of just like, oh, this is special. Yeah. Like, you're just like, oh, this game is, like, really cool. Like, this is where you want to get. Like, this is a goal to get to the Masters, for sure.
It is insane. I mean, it's everybody's dream. You've played it now, but it's like, I mean, to be, out there on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday just is a special sporting event. But I always do a speed round, okay? So, it's a few quick hitting questions, what the world is dying to know about you, George. Okay. So first, if you didn't play golf, what sport?
Basketball.
Yeah. Okay.
I like shoot.
Yeah. All right. Who's favorite basketball player?
Larry Bird.
Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. Favorite sports movie?
I like Moneyball.
Ooh, great pick. Yeah, that is a great pick. Sleeper pick. A lot of people, always go like Hoosiers or Sandlot, but I like that. Moneyball. Good one. Pre-match meal. Do you have like a consistent one that you stick to?
For golf?
Yeah.
Is it an afternoon tee time or morning tee time?
Both. Answer both.
Okay, in the morning I like a breakfast burrito because that's easy in the hands. Yeah. It's kind of got everything. I like a breakfast burrito, and then kind of afternoon, kind of like I love like Larry's Giant Subs.
There you go.
It's got to be a sub shop.
Okay, yeah. I like that. All right, all-time favorite golfer.
I'll go Tiger.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all right, this is coming out next week. G-Day's next week. It's the same week as the Masters. So I got to ask Georgia football question. Favorite Georgia football player of all time?
Ooh. There's a lot. I'll go Todd Gurley.
Okay.
Love
that's
Todd
a good
Gurley.
one.
Yeah.
All right, and then do you have like a quote, something that you've lived by, something that's that's stuck with you throughout your career in golf, just life in general, whatever? Is there something that you can go back to?
Yeah, I mean, my dad gave me a good one. Especially he played golf. I play golf now, but he's like, just always remember, golf is what you do. It's not who you are.
Yeah.
And so, like, obviously, sometimes your emotions can get high on the golf course.
Right.
But obviously, it's just a game. It's just a sport, and like that's not who you are when you're playing 18 holes. You're more than that in the game of golf. So I like that one.
Yeah. So thanks for playing the speed round. That concludes our round. But that makes me want to ask this question. So I've always wondered this. You see, like, football players, basketball players, they're hyped up pre-game playlists. Like, they got the music in their ears. They're head bobbing, all that stuff. They're getting in the zone. They want to run through somebody, or they want to yam it in somebody's face. They want to get hyped up. Golf is different. You got to stay controlled, like you just said. And it's such a mental game. So do you have a pre-match, like, pre-tournament playlist that gets you in the zone, but it's not, like, too hyped up where you're just, like, bouncing off the walls?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of all depends on, like, the mood.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have, like, rap music and stuff we play, but also sometimes when it's a nice spring day, some country music would be nice too. I mean, I don't have, like, a specific song. I kind of like a lot of songs, but I mean, it kind of all depends. I'm good with either rap or sometimes if it's a nice day, some country music's good and be like, all right, it's good vibes. Let's go out there and play some golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this the best time of year? Like I know obviously for golf it is, but like because of golf, does this make it the best time of year for you?
I think so. The only knocker is just the pollen.
Yeah.
I've been kind of getting killed. I've been getting killed by the pollen, but the weather obviously is unreal. We're about to get peak.
Yeah.
Usually the Masters gets it right. Like the pollen just about is done.
Yep.
The flowers are bloomed and it's nice, but I don't know. There's like a 3-week stretch in the fall where it's not too hot, not too cold. Football's on.
Yeah.
I love that. With like the leaves falling, playing golf, I do love that kind of weather.
It is.
Play golf in the day and then you got a good SEC football game that night or something. I'm like, this is good times.
That is like an all-time Saturday.
Yeah.
It is crazy though. Like, I mean, what sucks about Georgia weather is there is so little of spring and fall. Like, it's either cold or it is sweltering hot. So, like, you got to kind of pick the right time. And you, like you said, it's like a 3-week stretch.
Yeah.
And, like, you have just started SEC play in football. You get home, go watch Georgia play Auburn or whatever. Oh,
yeah,
so
exactly.
good. That is awesome. So, I know you talked about a little bit on the season thus far. What are the expectations for the season moving forward?
Yeah, so we got one more regular season event down at Ford. It's, of course, in Georgia. We're 1-for-1 in Georgia, so we'll see if we can keep it going. But obviously, finish well there. I think we have a good chance of winning.
Okay.
And then obviously we have SC championships down at Sea Island, and obviously that's where I practiced and played when I was down at Coastal. So obviously that's one I've marked on my calendar for sure. I'm ready to play in that one. I like that course a lot. So, I mean, obviously it's the SC tournament, but it's in the state of Georgia. So I feel like there's a lot of obviously Georgia guys down there. Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit of a home field feel a little bit, I would say, for us. Yeah. We got a lot of support down there. Right. So, I mean, obviously I do think we have a good enough team to win the SC championship. So obviously that would be a huge goal of mine. With it being my last year, I think that would be awesome to go out with a SEC title for sure. Heck yeah. So, I mean, the SEC is crazy now. I mean, obviously the addition of Texas and Oklahoma. Texas, and Oklahoma, two historic golf programs. What is it like adding them to the SEC and the whole mix? Like, I mean, obviously the SEC is the best in everything. So, like, adding 2 more stud programs is... I think it's like... obviously it makes the competition harder, but it obviously lets you know how your game's stacking up against. Because, I mean, it's pretty much a national championship preview.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can win SECs, it's like you're probably the favorite to go into the national championship, which is good. I mean, you want to play against the best.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you better.
Right.
Because the way SECs is a little bit how national championship is. You have SECs is 2 days of stroke play, and then the top 8, then it goes into bracket, goes into match play. So 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, and then you kind of go elimination through. So I think that's obviously and it's fun to play that. To play a match play like elimination, match play is a different feeling than stroke play for sure. It's fun. I like it though. It's fun.
Yeah. All right. So you seem like a guy that's like you thrive under pressure. Diamonds are made under pressure.
Yeah.
You said making putts in high school, like when there were high stakes. Like that's like what got you to love the game. How do you handle those emotions?
Well, I mean, obviously that's like what you practice for. I know everybody says that, but like seriously though, I mean, when you're out there practicing every day, like I hope I have a putt end of April to maybe win the SU championship or to win the match or something. You're like, this is what I've been practicing for. So it means obviously you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If you have the chance to even have a putt to win. So I mean, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're playing college golf. I mean, that's the dream of every golfer is to have the putt to win for your team. So yeah.
Exactly. I hear you. That's awesome. So like I said, this is coming out the week of G-Day. So I always close out with this question, to keep some football in here. But what's your expectations? I know we talked about golf team, but your expectations for the Georgia football team in 2025.
I'm excited to. I don't know. Have you thought about it? But I'm excited to see a little different offense.
Yeah.
Just something different.
Yeah.
Just a little different. I mean, obviously Kirby's got the defense.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good defense. We always do.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see something a little different with the offense. Mix it up a little bit. I think we got some good receivers coming in. So I think, air it out a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Do you run into any of the football players because of just being a student athlete?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'll see them here and there. Me and Carter do that other podcast, the Dog Leg Show.
Yeah.
And we've done some stuff with like Tate and Brett.
Yeah.
Morrison. I mean, I know Tate's gone now, but
yeah.
See some of them and stuff. But yeah, see them a little bit here and there. Got classes with some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all get to do, I'm carrying on, but I keep thinking of questions, but do y'all get to do some workouts and stuff? I mean, I know y'all's facilities, but like, do y'all get to go into the football facility and do some workouts there?
Not really. So they just built a new one. It's out by the softball and soccer. So that's where we used to work out in Stegman, kind of right there.
Yeah.
And now we've moved out to there because it's a little closer to the golf course for us. But it's nice. I mean, it's a new facility, and then our strength and conditioning coach, Hummer, he's the man.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got us right. He's a great guy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll wrap up here. If you had a message to Dog Nation about the Georgia golf team this year, it can be short and sweet, it can be whatever, but what would that be about this team?
I believe we're trending in we're peaking at the right time. We're peaking at the right time. I think that the best golf is coming at the right time. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dog Nation, get excited about some Georgia golf. Get excited about old George Langham here. He is a true professor of things in general. He is one of the best, a damn good dog for sure. But thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Hammy.
Yes, sir. We'll see you
Go
next
Dogs.
time. Go Dogs.